How have you provided new digital technology that allows your staff to work in a more mobile fashion?
We employ something like 55 people, and the great majority of our staff, being a trade association, are out on the road pretty much all the time and remote working. So the ability to use mobile technology has been a key part of our ability to deliver a service to our members.
And by using mobile, keeping the guys who are out there seeing the customers outside and not doing administration is one of our biggest challenges. And so by implementing CRM, by implementing other systems, we're able to get them to be able to respond to our customers much faster.
Well, I hope they're contactable as much as they can or as much as they want to be. Our MRS system is obviously available for them to use off-site as well, so they can do any quotes or purchase orders or anything they have to do, so they're not in theory tied to the office.
Have you gauged the reaction to new ways of working from your employees over the past 12 to 18 months?
On the whole, it's been very positive, and I think our staff are very interested in looking at how we can make life easier for them when they are out on the road, to make data entry easier, for example, so they're not spending too much time on administration processes. One thing that we do have to be careful about, though, is making sure that we have staff out on the road and in remote locations, and make sure they don't get too isolated and that they're in contact regularly with their colleagues, and that means that we have regular regional staff updates and meetings to enable people to have that contact and to share information, and that's been quite an issue for us.
In order to help them change, we have to explain to them why we're doing what we're doing, why they need to change, and we help them and we look at their attitude, their approach to the business, and then we find champions within that attitude and we work with them to develop that attitude in others within the organisation.
They like it from a work-life balance as well. Sometimes there's times that they need to be doing things family-wise, which means they can sort that out in the morning, and if they don't have to be in the office, then they can work from home quite easily.
What would your advice be to any other business leader looking at priority areas to concentrate on?
Well, the overriding most important point is to involve staff in changes right from the start, and that means key staff, just not senior staff.
To change. If you don't know where you're going and you don't know what your plan is, then very often the strategy is ambiguous, and therefore your priorities are very difficult to define.
Give them the freedom of being able to work remotely, and I think in the long run that feeds back into the business. Us giving them a bit of freedom, a bit of work-life balance, means that when we do need them for big projects, they are there and they're happy to maybe give a bit of their personal time, extra time, overtime, whatever you want to call it. They'll then dig in and help us out.